All right, welcome back to WMAC Now with your host Chuck Stevenson, coming at you today with another fight review. This time we're going to UFC Fight Night, Font versus Garbrandt. We're going to the co-main event in the Strawweight division. Number 3 ranked Yan Xiaonan coming in 13-1, taking on number 4th ranked Carla Esparza coming in at 17-6. Really looked forward to this fight. I mean, it was an interesting clash of styles, but more importantly for the division, this was known to be all but officially as a number 1 contender fight. Whoever was winning this is pretty much next in line for a shot at the title. So first round, Yan came out and stalked Esparza down. She threw a jab cross, but Esparza immediately ducked under for a double leg takedown. Yan went down, but initiated a scramble battle that ultimately was won by Esparza. From there, Esparza in guard just starts throwing heavy ground and pound. From there, she passed a side control, started throwing more ground and pound, and that was pretty much the rest of the round. Was Esparza on top, just landing whatever G and P she wanted. Punches, elbows. She moved to north-south at one point, and even moved to reverse mount. I mean, it was just ultimate domination by Carla Esparza in the first round with a single takedown to ground and pound. Even opened up a cut above the right eye of Yan Xiaonan. Second round, Yan was still bleeding from the cut. They weren't really able to stop the blood. She was a little more cautious in the first round, but then she threw a kick to the body that Esparza was smart and fast. She caught it for an easy single leg takedown, moved into guard. From there, she passed the half again for some more ground and pound, and then she went back to full guard. Landed some more ground and pound. Then Esparza decided to pass. She went to the left first, moved back to guard, and then this time she moved on to the right side of Yan Xiaonan, passing the guard, getting side control. From there, Esparza starts landing some ground and pound and uses the ground and pound to trap the arm and basically gets the crucifix. From there, she starts landing some elbows and then just starts landing some short punches, short hammer throws, till the ref has seen enough. Giving Esparza the victory via TKO, 2 minutes, 58 seconds of the second round. I mean, this was just an absolute beatdown by Carla Esparza. I mean, she absolutely looked great in this fight. This is the best she has looked in years. On the other hand, Yan Xiaonan, we already knew she had suspect takedown defense, but she got exposed in a big way in this fight. I mean, she definitely had some openings to get up from the bottom. I mean, all she had to do was really turn to her side, hip out, and could have gotten up, but she just really did not have the ground game to do it. One thing I noticed is that in addition to this, Yan is an example that a lot of the women's fighters' success in this division, the strawweight division, is their strikers, and a lot of their success is due to the lack of strong grapplers and wrestlers in the division. And that it really shows, why Carla Esparza has been able to stay relevant so long, even when a lot of people counted her out immediately after she lost to Wmma. A lot of people were like, well, Esparza's basically done. They just kept counting her out, counting her out, counting her out. She's been the underdog in almost all of her fights. And people just keep underestimating her. But because she's a strong wrestler in a division very much lacking in strong grapplers and wrestlers, that's how she was been able to stay relevant. And in addition to improving as well as a fighter. Now, for things to work on for Esparza, like I said, this is the best she's looked in years. One thing I would have liked more was more emphasis on the strikes in the crucifix. I mean, she was just landing really light, hammer fists. I wanted to see some more just throwing them really hard, emphasizing it. Could have gotten a stoppage even faster had she done that. Now for Yan, obviously, she needs to work on her whole ground game. Work on takedown defense. Work on scrambling. Working on her sweeps from bottom. and she needs to work on her get-ups. I mean, just everything about her ground game that would complement her striking is what she needs to work on. Stopping the takedowns. If you can stop the takedowns, you don't even have to worry about the ground game. You need to work on your scrambling game as soon as the takedowns hit. If you get taken down on bottom, you need to work on your sweeps to get up or reverse position, and then you also need to work on just straight up getting up from bottom position. So she's got a lot to work on. Now for fights to make, staying with Yan, I'd like to see her face off with either Michelle Waterson or Tecia Torres. Both are primarily strikers, but neither fighter is afraid to take it to the ground if necessary. And that's the type of bounce back fight that Yan Xiaonan needs. Someone that will engage with her on the feet, but is also a takedown threat. Now for Esparza, I'm straight in on giving her the next title shot. The storyline writes itself. Esparza versus Wmma 2, rematch from almost going on 7 years. Ultimate Fighter 20 finale, inaugural championship rematch, 6-7 years later. I mean, like I said, it writes itself. That is the fight to make for Carla Esparza, is the rematch with Rose Namajunas. And if Rose wins, then boom, she has redeemed herself from that win all those years ago. And if Esparza wins, she was the inaugural champ, and now she's back after how many years? It is the greatest comeback story in the division's history. Probably in women's division's history. Okay, so those are my thoughts on this fight. Like I said, it was absolute domination by Carla Esparza. I mean, just absolutely dominated Yan. I mean, I was cheering for both, but man, I did not expect Carla to do that well against her. Just absolutely amazing performance by her. Yan's got to go back to the drawing board. Anyway, let me know your thoughts on the fight in the comments down below. If you liked the video, please give it a like. Share it as well. That helps the channel grow. And go ahead and subscribe to WMMAC Now, the most complete women's mixed martial arts dedicated platform on YouTube. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.